And it's 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go for Belgium. And it is full wet conditions, and Samim gets a decent start. AT, though, with the inside line. Might be able to challenge him in a turn 1. He takes P1. Samim into P4. Lucas Giles takes P2 round the outside of Elo. And Elo up into P2. Now battling with Samim. 3 wide. What a start it's been for those 4. But Samim dropped from P1 already. AT nearly a second ahead. He has definitely got the best of the start. And is going to be able to challenge. Oh, Lucas Giles hitting the back of Elo. Oh my days, and it's going to be able to overtake him. Some would say that was controversial. He might need to get the position back. And Elo now challenging with Lucas Giles. Samim going to try to get to the side of Lucas Giles as well. And now Lucas Giles drops into P4. He doesn't have enough straight line speed. As Samim and Elo both fighting for P2. But AT has maximised his start and is now running in P1 by over 2 seconds. And R02 gets a spin out because of the straight line speed. He will get a nice posty slipstream though, to keep him very close, and he might be able to challenge into bust off. There you go, you can see into the turn there. He's just got so much more downforce. He's able to go so much later, and he might actually go for the move here. Here we go, Lucas Giles into bust off. It's going to go down the inside of Elo, and Elo's going to try to stick it down the inside once again on Lucas Giles, but now Lucas Giles will lose out to Elo possibly with the straight line speed. Lucas Giles will be able to go later on the brakes into turn 1 though, and now Elo looking for the move. It's going to have to stay behind it. Lucas Giles has managed to fight his way back up into. He's definitely got more straight line speed. This is definitely what he wanted. And he's going to be able to get Lucas Giles back. He's going to pull to the inside. And doesn't even need to stick it down the inside. Be able to pull back onto the racing line. And Lucas Giles is going to have to follow behind. And that's allowed Samim to also get back in contention. Bank 6 going side by side with Blaze. Blaze is going to try to stick it down the inside. And does he have more straight line speed? We haven't seen much from them as Bank 6 goes off the track a little bit. That's allowed Skull with straight line speed. Oh, there's a little collision there. And Bank 6 loses it on the exit, and that causes him to swerve into Skull. But Skull, luckily, doesn't spin out, and Bank 6 is the only loser in that situation. And here we go, Samim and Lucas Giles trying to go side by side there, and Samim sticking it down the inside into turn 1. Might be able to catch up a little bit of Elo, but Lucas Giles with the switchback gets Samim, and he has to stay behind again. But now, Lucas Giles is losing a bit more out to Elo, and Elo might be able to pull his gap down. Lucas Giles is unable to gain as much, and here we go, Samim down the inside of Lucas Giles. Won't get as much downforce, and Lucas Giles will try to keep the position, and I'm pretty sure he's boxed in a bit by Elo, and that allows Samim to take P2 off Elo. Elo's had a terrible exit there, and Lucas Giles now challenging to take P2 or P3 off Elo, and now Elo's trying to challenge Samim for P2, but drops down into P4. That brings Queen Donald into the equation. It is now on the rear of Elo, and Lucas Giles, in a swift turn of events, goes from P4 to P2, and Samim manages to work his way up into P3. Demon gets overtook by Opa, but Opa with the better exit is going to charge it down the inside and gets the move done, and oh my days, Luca round the outside as well, 3 wide into there. Luca manages to be the maximum of all of them. Opa nearly spins off the track. Dodge Demon has to run wide onto the gravel track, and that's allow Opa to get back at him. And Opa is going to try to go around the outside and get the move done. He's going to get forced off. Well, he's not going to get forced off track, but he's going to run off the track. He runs out of road there and is now running down in P10. Definitely nobody wanted. Now Samim going to go for the move on Lucas round the outside. Then he gets a full corner to head into the corner, but Lucas Giles is able to brake so much later. He might have outbroke himself there because Samim is going to be able to. Oh no, he runs off track as well. As Lucas Giles is going to have to stay behind Samim, as they both had terrible exits in different corners there then. And now Elo going side by side with Queen Stone Age. He definitely lost out quite a bit since the first couple of laps, and is now running in P5 side by side with Stone Age. And there we go. R02 spins out and he's out of the session. Let's see, is it on the race line? There's going to be a safety car to come out onto the track then. And let's see what happened to Rolo. Looks like he must have spun out on the exit there, and that'll see him out of the race. And here we go. All eyes on AT. He managed to extend the gap to 6 seconds before. Will he be able to do the same again? Or will Samim challenge him into turn 1? Here we go then. AT on the throttle. Samim close behind. AT's pulling away very, very much. And definitely gets the better start to the restart. And Dragon already up into P10 over Freddy. And Opa spins out on the main straight. That's going to drop him down to the back of the pack, apart from Impulsive, who is just rounding the final corner now. And here we go. AT already managed to extend his gap to over a second. This setup was definitely made for the wet. mass gains on AT, but definitely misjudged his corner there, and AT gets a moment, and that's going to allow Samim to maybe go side by side with him. He's going to stay behind. Oh no, he's going to go for the late lunge, and it's going to get the move done to AT, but AT down the inside manages to challenge it, but Samim off the track has to sit behind AT, and AT manages to defend that position beautifully, and did not expect that last second dive, which neither did we. Comes into pit lane. Here we go then. What's he going to put on it? It's going to be the intermediate tyres for Samim. And now he's going to try to catch out his competitor of AT. He doesn't think those tyres will be lasting much longer. Inters, and Owen, interestingly, doesn't come out of the pit lane. And Samim, already down the main straight, has already gained so much on the McLaren driver and the Alpine driver. And AT isn't even out of the pit lane yet. And Samim is rounding turn 1. It's going to be pretty close coming out of the pits, and they're going to be nearly side by side. AT's managed to keep the lead somehow, but Samim already got the straight line speed, will be able to challenge him up Radion, and he does have more straight line speed, you've got to remember that, and it might take a little second for AT to get those tyres up to temperature. Well, now for Samim, he's going to try and go down the inside, but AT blocking the middle of the track. Oh no, he goes into him, he pulls out of the ghost though, and now he's going to try and go down the inside, and it's going to have to stay behind. He's going to try to go for the switchback though and keep it around the outside. No, AT gets a moment there, and that's going to allow Samim to get straight past, and AT has lost the position to Samim, dropping lots of time out. And Lucas Giles and Omega fighting for the position then, and Omega down the inside is going to try to get the move on Lucas Giles, but Lucas Giles onto the curb and a bit onto the grass, gets the move done, and that is unfortunate for Omega, who runs a bit wide there. And AT, now I'm going to try and go down the outside of Owen. It's been held up significantly here, so much, to the point where he's already dropped out of a second, and this is going to be so good for SME's race. And oh, look, he touches him, and now AT gets past him, but he's lost quite a bit of time to Samim, nearly a second. He's had to fight through the field like the box did in Silverstone. On the wet, he was 6 seconds off the lead. His safety car definitely helped out quite a bit, but he's going to round the final corner, and the gap will be tied, but he's going to win the Belgian Grand Prix. He is weaving there, and that could actually help AT, and AT is going to be 3 tenths off of him, and will take P2. Let's have a look then. It's Lucas Giles. We're going to watch him finish his lap as he finishes Sector 2 in just a moment's time. We're going to go on to the lap time for him, and let's see how he compares in Sector 2 then. And he's going to come up on the Dodge Demon, the Aston Martin Dodge Demon. That'll definitely hold him up quite a bit. He doesn't want to lose out to him, but he does have the time penalties, which means he will. Here we go then for Lucas Giles. He's just going to be left past by Dodge Demon. He's 1.2 seconds faster than AT in Sector enabled in the final part of this lap. Going through the bus stop chicane. Going to round the final corner, and it's going to be P4 for Lucas Giles, and it will also be the fastest lap of the race. I'll give him an extra point, and it worked out perfectly for him in the end then. Luca, will he get the run on him as well? It could be fairly possible, but on those soft combat tyres, will he get a faster lap than Lucas Giles? As he rounds the final corner, he's going to cross the finish line, and he will get the faster lap, and that takes a point off of Lucas Giles, and that'll be 2 points for Luca then.